Hey 143 fam, I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. Please make sure you subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Winners for July readings have now been posted to Instagram and in YouTube comments. Make sure you check that out if you would like to be considered. For a free reading in August, make sure you subscribe. Leave me a comment below your video and I will notify winners at the very end of the month. I'll also be doing separate reading giveaways and additional daily, weekly readings all month long on Instagram. Make sure you check me out there, Urban Soul Guru. All of my information is in the box below. Now let's check out August and see what's in store. Hey Aquarius, this reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for August. We're going to take a look at your general overview first, then love. I will have timestamps down below. Aquarius. Ooh. August 2019. General overview. Aquarius. General overview, August 2019. Okay, Aquarius, I feel your energy and it really is making me feel very ungrounded right now. Okay, so take a couple of deep breaths. Spend some time with Mother Earth. Like really touch Mother Earth, bare feet on the grass, okay? Feels like a lot of energy is coming in, especially after a challenging July. This is really positive, really beautiful energy, but be conscious of how high up your energy is vibing. That's great, keep evolving, but make sure as you are not just evolving personally, but your gifts, your clairvoyance, your spiritual gifts are opening and becoming a bit more, I want to say, connected to spirit. It definitely feels like a very deep, beautiful connection to universe. Just make sure that that doesn't completely unground you, because you need to be able to take that spiritual energy and be in divine flow all the way down to Mother Earth, grounded, so that you can receive the benefits in your own life, in your human life, as well as hold space for other people to benefit from that energy as well. I'm also channeling really strongly that you need water. Aquarius needs water. You may need to drink more water. That may be why you're feeling a little ungrounded. So be drinking more water every day throughout the course of the month. It's going to help cleanse and detox for sure, but it's specific to grounding because I'm feeling like this lightheaded energy. Be careful over the course of this month. If you're driving and you feel a little lightheaded, pull over. I don't know. It just comes from this very ungrounded energy. It's totally fine. It's actually very exciting, but it's just something to be aware of. But water, I have to get back to water. I'm channeling this very strongly. You need water. So drinking more water for sure. You need to be by the water. And I'm not necessarily channeling a move right now for you, Aquarius, but you have to get yourself to water. If that isn't physically possible, then you're drinking water, you're taking sea salt baths, you're envisioning in meditation, stepping into the ocean, or being under a waterfall. I'm actually getting more strongly than even just the ocean, but there's this water connection. You may also need a water sign. It feels like some of you are really missing a water sign love, a water sign friend. It's somebody who holds space for healing for you sometimes. There's a disconnect. So get back to that. Be conscious of that as you step into August. Let's pull some cards. Let's get a little bit more clarity. Aquarius, general overview for August 2019. Wow, this energy is intense around you, Aquarius. Are you feeling lightheaded? It doesn't feel like anybody's sick. I'm not getting any underlying medical issues to be concerned about, but it does concern me a little bit if you're driving. If you feel like that, do not push yourself. Do not push yourself. I really think many of you could just be dehydrated, especially if it's the season of summer where you live. A lot of sunshine, you may be out in it a little bit too much. Blessing in disguise. Feels like something's uprooted you a little bit. Feels like you could be dealing with a little bit of a loss. And it doesn't necessarily feel like a loss in a romantic sense. I think for some of you, you are dealing with that still. Okay, this is what I'm getting with this card, Aquarius. July was difficult. July was difficult with the eclipses, and some people had to eclipse out. And you saw that with full clarity. You didn't hesitate. You didn't hold on. You didn't resist. If people had to go, you let them go. And all of a sudden, the reality of that is setting in August. I'm not getting a lot of sadness, but I'm definitely getting like a little bit of, I want to say a little bit of heavier emotion, but not massive grief necessarily. Almost kind of like resigned. Like, wow. Okay, all right, that needed to happen. I get it. I'm not going to fight that, but like, wow, I didn't expect that person would get eclipsed out, or wow, I didn't think that journey had to come to an end right now. Message for you, blessing in disguise. Trust me, whatever had to go will be replaced with someone and something better. You're going to have faith in that this month. You see that come in pretty quickly for you, Aquarius. I don't think you're too worried about it. I don't think that you're even necessarily trying to replace people or situations. It just feels like you're sitting in the reality of it. And maybe just like a little ungrounded because you're like, wow, I never would have thought going into July that person wouldn't be coming into August with me. And that can be a little bit challenging. So give yourself the space to process those kinds of emotions. Okay. Love it, the course. I do think some of you had that experience in love or around family and friends that you loved. You may have had to let go of ideas in terms of career that you love. Again, I'm not necessarily getting a move, but I'm feeling like this won't apply to all of you, but I feel like maybe somebody had to let go of a family home. It could be, okay. For example, if you inherited a home, a parent passed away, you inherited the property, you may have chosen to sell it, and you know that it's of the highest good, and so you're not resisting that transition, but it's still difficult to go through. That's what I'm feeling here, regardless of how that's manifesting in your life. For some of you, I'm definitely getting property, but not that you're moving to a new property because you lost an old one. You're staying put, but there's some other property, there's some space connected to home, to childhood, to family. Something had to let go of, something that you had to let go of. It could be an idea. It could be that your last living relative moved out of the city you grew up in, and now you have no reason to go back. And you're like, okay, it's that kind of energy. You're reminiscing a little bit, but this is positive. You move past this, okay? By the second week of August, I don't really feel you sitting in this energy. Yeah, you move on. You get right back into work. Channel those emotions into work. If you're creative, channel it into whatever you're creating. Even if you aren't a creative professional and it's more of a hobby, make sure you're creating this month. This feels very important. I feel like I was getting a lot of creativity. Yeah, a lot of creative energy for Virgos. So you may be dealing with the Virgo. You may have Virgo in your chart. Also, okay, so you're processing for sure. You're processing emotions and some loss. I'm getting that you're drafting something. What are you drafting? Is it a new plan? Okay, you said goodbye to some people, some ideas, some things, situations. It almost feels like you're consciously sitting down and drafting up a new plan. What is this? Are you journaling a lot? For some of you, it's just about the new plan is journaling so that you can get the clarity as to how to move forward. For others of you, it's like very detailed. With that, I'm getting Sagittarius. I'm definitely getting some Sag energy there. Be writing. Be conscious of ideas that come to you, even if they seem random, especially if they seem random. Those spontaneous moments. Okay, I'm getting water again for you. I'm getting water in connection to money for sure. There's more fluid money, but the more time you spend around water, the more money that you're going to make, okay? What I'm channeling is this in connection to this card. I see you channeling things while you're in the shower or while you're taking a bath or while you're physically in water, in the ocean, under that waterfall. It's like that connection to water, like a water sign does. That's how you channel. That your intuition is so, I want to say on point, but it's more than that. You've grown. There's some sort of attunement happening for you, Aquarius. But these ideas are big ideas. Spend time in water. Spend time in water. It's about cleansing, but it's also about connecting spiritually. It's heightening those gifts. It's opening you up to spirit more because there's something you're supposed to be writing down, and it helps you move forward in a major way. But there's money and water, okay? The more time you're spending around water. For some of you, you may consider opening a business by the water. Okay. All right. So we have blessing in disguise. Clarify my change in direction. Usually change in direction comes up for those of you moving, but I'm not necessarily picking up a physical move, at least not yet. Not in the month of August. I'm not seeing you move. You may consider, or you may have been forced to move. So by the time you get into August, you are already in a new home. You may have had to let go of a family home that was precious to you, that you have a lot of emotional attachment to. Recognize that there's a blessing in disguise. Whatever you have to move on from, whatever new chapter you're starting, it is necessary. Wow, Aquarius. I am getting a massive amount. Okay, I was channeling the waterfall. You standing under the waterfall. Spirit is showing me the waterfall is money. So if you've had any sort of financial issue, if you've had any concern around money, you won't. You won't in August. As long as you're open to stepping under that waterfall, it's this divine financial flow for you, but I'm telling you, it's connected to whatever this is that you're creating, drafting, or journaling. This change in direction, this new step forward, it's a new career. I caution you not to move abruptly. I don't see Aquarius needing to move in August, so if you do, you may not choose the right home or location. Just wait. Wait that one out. Even if you're feeling like energy's pushing you to move and to make that change in the few months ahead, okay? I'm just not feeling that for you in August. But this could be forced. For some of you, this transition is forced transition. It is so good for you. This is so good, even if you don't get it yet. It feels like for some of you, you have no idea the level of positive energy that surrounds you right now. I'm feeling a lot of love. I'm feeling a whole lot of love. We do have love at the core here, at the center of this reading. Clarified by steady progress. For many of you, you're making huge strides in terms of romance, in terms of self-love, but I feel like this transition, it is connected to you doing something that you love for work, and you're making a lot of progress. When you love what you do, universe naturally blesses you with more money, okay? Because you're constantly stepping into alignment with joy energy. It doesn't mean you have to love what you do 24/7, but generally speaking, if you love what you do, you are stepping into joy. It's not dreading, the soul-sucking kind of a job. When you step out of the soul-sucking jobs or the jobs that are not in alignment of your life purpose, when you do that, it feels risky because you think, okay, well, there's not as much stability in this new career, this new idea, especially for those of you who are creative. You go, how do you make money doing that? I'm telling you, for those of you who've been entertaining that and have been putting serious work in to doing what you love, for making a career out of doing what you love, and I have a little kitty who jumps in front of the camera. For those of you doing what you love, even if you're not making money doing it yet, but that's the goal. You're taking steps forward. You're pushing past fear. You're really, really, really putting legit work into it. I'm telling you, there's a lot of success here. There is a lot of success here. But it feels like this is something that's been in the works. But don't worry. For those of you who haven't started something new, you're not quite sure what that transition needs to be or what it needs to look like, journal. Be writing it down. Okay. So we have trustworthy guidance. And this is Spirit speaking to you. This is trustworthy guidance from Spirit. It feels like you are hearing messages. You're far more intuitive this month than you have been. And Aquarius, I find you guys incredibly intuitive. So just expect that to be a little bit more heightened in the month of August. We have trustworthy guidance. Clarified by assertiveness. Get outside and be grounded. That's what this card is primarily. But some people may test you as you step into this new journey. Some people may judge this. They may try to pull you off course. Don't get aggressive. Don't be reactive. Level-headed, stay grounded, okay? Definitely, definitely, definitely ground yourself. That is a major message coming through for you, Aquarius. But to move forward, to continue moving forward with steady progress, you have to be assertive. Stand up for what's right. If someone isn't treating you the way you need to be treated, especially in career right now, call them out on it. Don't be afraid to do that. Just do it assertively, okay? Do it with love, but do it assertively. Grounding your reading. Relationships. This feels like a relationship with self. I'm seeing Love for sure. I mean, we have love and then steady progress. So for many of you, as you are more in alignment with joy in your romantic relationships and in your friendships, there's more money. I'm feeling a water sign. I'm feeling so much water, but it's necessary for you, Aquarius, okay? It could be Pisces, right? You could be a cusp, or you could have Pisces in your chart. But I'm definitely feeling water. Whoever this is feels like they have water in their chart. Bottom of the deck here, we have energy work and let your past go. Get some energy work done. Okay, I'm going to show you this. If you get this energy work done, especially earlier in the month, the quicker you're going to step into this flow of abundance and the shower of abundance, okay? That water flow, that waterfall of money and blessings. Get some energy work done that is coming up for a lot of the signs. So let's see how this applies to love, because obviously there's a lot of love energy coming through. Aquarius in love. August 2019. Aquarius in love. Aquarius in love. August 2019. Okay. This is sign specific. I feel like you may be letting go of a Gemini. You may be letting go of a Gemini partner, or a Gemini is going to help you let go of a partner. But it feels like a Gemini is instrumental in something being cut out, or Gemini may need to be the person that you are cutting out. This could be somebody coming back from the past. It's not energy. Trust your Gemini friends. If you have Gemini friends and they're like, be careful, trust them this month, Aquarius, okay? Gemini's got your back. If it's Gemini friends, they've got your back. Okay. Aquarius in love. Aquarius in love for August 2018. Yeah, it feels like somebody is being deceptive. I've definitely been feeling... We're not going to pull that. That wasn't a full pop. Okay. I've definitely been feeling some deceptive energy around Aquarius and around exes trying to come back in. It feels like you're on a lot of people's radar right now. Just be careful. What are their intentions? Why do they need to show up right now? For many of you, you're stepping into a lot of passion. This doesn't feel like going back. If somebody was meant to come back, it feels like they've already come back and you feel at peace with this. If you're walking on eggshells with anybody, they're not it. They're not it. Separation sits at the center of the reading. You still may be very passionate, especially if you separated from a water sign. It could be that water, craving water, feeling like you need water, and you're not able to connect with them anymore. I know that's a really tough process. There is healing. Soulmate, okay? So we have passion, separation, and soulmate. It does feel like some of you had to cut ties with some soulmates. This could also be soulmate friends. This isn't all just romantic love. But again, I'm not getting like massive grief here. It's just sort of like, wow, this sucks. Like, really, that person? There's definitely a separation energy here. Okay. But look, so you go through your separations, your passion for life, your passion for somebody new for sure. There's a lot of chemistry. Clarified by attraction. People see you like this. I'm seeing many people around you, Aquarius, very attracted to you, but there's like, I'm hearing like a passionate encounter. It may have been brief. Maybe it was only supposed to be brief, and all of a sudden you guys are like, wow, that was more than I bargained for. This could actually be good. That's somebody you're going to want to entertain this month, okay? Don't be surprised if somebody new shows up and it's sort of like a fling or just a little date and you weren't really planning on dating anybody serious, and all of a sudden somebody really catches your eye or they really have your full attention. That person feels like a really good match for you. Separation, clarified by children. I think some of you separated are going through divorces and children are involved, or separations where children are involved. That feels like the heaviness for sure. Your children may be feeling that heaviness, and you may be taking on some of that, some of their grief, trying to help them navigate through the separations. Your children are going to get back to this very playful state very soon. So if you have kids who are really struggling with separations, I see them outside and having a lot of fun, but they may need you to be outside with them to have a lot of fun. They may not be ready to have like play dates, or depending on how old they are, to be out with their group of friends. They may need mom or dad to bring them outside, just so you guys Have that quality time, work through your emotions, but do it in a way that's active, that feels really positive for children if you're going through separations that involve children. For others of you, you're healing inner child while you're dealing with separations, okay? There is this energy work element to you guys in needing to honor that and get some energy work done this month so you can move forward with this abundance. And whatever that heaviness is, to have full peace with that and move on with your life. Inner child work for sure. Soulmate is being clarified. But let your friends help you. I think this is your Gemini friend that's coming through, or somebody who's like a Gemini friend who can maybe be a little more blunt than, say, an Aquarius would be, and who loves you dearly, that you can trust. Call on them if you are struggling with a separation from a soulmate, especially if your soulmate that you're having a hard time separating from is a Gemini. Make sure you're out, you're social, you're calling friends to help you through that. This is not a month for you to be indoors and grieving. I don't see you even wanting to do that or doing that, period, but just know that you are supposed to be social. I do see love coming through if you are social too, okay? For those of you in committed relationships, you didn't break up, you're not going through divorces, it does feel like some separations could occur due to work and due to travel. Children may really be struggling with that. So if it's a you, Aquarius, you might want to strike a better balance with it this month, or at least find a way to communicate with your kids so they don't feel like when you leave, you're really gone. Make sure you're on FaceTime more or Skype, depending on where in the world you are. Make sure you're making time for them, because a child may be having a hard time being away from either you or your partner if you guys are traveling a lot. But this is a very passionate month, okay? There's a lot of passion, of physical chemistry, a lot of physical chemistry. Someone new, crowning your reading. It's all about the new. It's about the clean slates. It's a new chapter. It's a new person. Stay open to this if you're single, okay? Stay open to this if you have gone through a separation, and even if you're still healing and you're not ready to commit to somebody, you can still go on those dates. Go have fun. Be flirty. Get to know somebody. This also feels like a water sign too. Keep your eyes open. You may be walking away from a water sign and meeting a new water sign. Water is on your mind for sure, but water is also healing. So I'm getting Gemini with let your friends help you, but you may need a water sign friend too to help you through this process. A water sign friend may be the one connecting you to a new love. Trust that. Trust your friends this month. Bottom of the deck, we have healing, followed by very soon. You are coming full circle with this healing very soon. I really believe this is some lingering emotions and issues from whatever the karmic issues were that showed up, and endings that showed up with the eclipses and Mercury retrograde of July, okay? So some of this is carrying over, but I see so much of this being resolved within the first week of August. So what about the next 3 weeks ahead? There's joy, there's passion, there's attraction, there's soulmates coming in, new beautiful people with depth. You're out with friends. It's so important to be social, okay? Make sure you connect to your friends. You need them, and you may wind up being a very supportive partner for a water sign friend too this month, okay? Aquarius, if you guys feel like you need more clarity, reach out. I'm available for private readings for energy healing, which I specialize in. I will be back mid-month with your mid-month love reading. In the meantime, I'm sending you so much love, light, gratitude. I'll see you back here soon. Love you, Aquarius.